Hi, I'm Willa. Most people say I'm the kind of mom who remembers every school play and bakes cookies when the kids are having a bad day. At least, that's who I was before everything fell apart. Mom, you're doing that thing again where you overthink everything, Ellie used to tell me, rolling her eyes but smiling. That was before she stopped calling, before she became someone I barely recognized. After 15 years of gaslighting and walking on eggshells, I finally divorced Tom 3 years ago. He was the master of making everything my fault, even when he was the one who accidentally drained our savings account or forgot to mention the woman from his office who kept texting at midnight. You did the right thing, Willa, my son Jake told me after the divorce. Dad's been messing with your head for years. Jake was always my rock, even when Ellie started pulling away. I was scrolling through Facebook on Tuesday when I saw it. A photo of Ellie with a sparkling diamond ring tagged "She Said Yes" by someone named Ryan. My daughter was engaged, and I hadn't even known she was dating someone serious. My hands shook as I dialed her number. 3 rings, then 4. Hey, Mom. Ellie, honey, I just saw the news. You're engaged. I'm so happy for you. When can I meet Ryan? There was a pause, just long enough to feel deliberate. Oh, you haven't met him yet? That's weird. I thought you guys would have connected at the dinner. What dinner, sweetie? The engagement dinner. We had it yesterday at Riverview. Dad suggested keeping it small. The room started spinning. My own daughter had gotten engaged and had a celebration dinner without even telling me. I wasn't invited to your engagement dinner? Oh, I thought Dad was handling the invites. Sorry about that. She didn't sound sorry. She sounded exactly like Tom when he'd forget my birthday. My best friend Maya was sitting across from me at my kitchen table, watching my face crumple. Who's there with you? Ellie asked. Just Maya. Tell her I said hi. Anyway, I've got to run. Ryan and I are looking at venues today. Maya reached across the table and squeezed my hand. What's wrong? I put the phone on speaker just as Ellie said, Anyway, no big deal about the dinner. You'll meet everyone at the wedding. When's the wedding? I managed to ask. We're thinking October. Oh, Dad's been so helpful with everything. He's even offering to pay for half. Maya's eyes widened. She knew Tom had fought me on every penny of child support. I see, I said, my voice suddenly calm. Well, congratulations. Thanks. Gotta go. I hung up without saying goodbye. Maya looked at me with concern, but I wasn't going to cry. Not anymore. Something inside me had finally snapped, and the tears wouldn't come. Are you okay? Maya asked. I stared at my phone, then set it down carefully. No, I said, but I will be. Maya pulled out her phone and scrolled through Ellie's social media. Look at this. They tagged the dinner photos. I leaned over to see images of a fancy restaurant with flower centerpieces. Ellie beaming next to a tall guy with dark hair. Must be Ryan. And there, with his arm around his new wife Vanessa, was Tom. That lying snake. He forgot to invite you but remembered to bring his trophy wife? I zoomed in on the other faces. That's my cousin Beth and my Aunt Linda. Why would they be there but not tell me? Maya clicked on Beth's profile and scrolled through the comments. Oh God, Willa, you need to see this. There was Beth responding to someone. Yeah, it's sad Ellie's mom couldn't be bothered to come. Typical Willa, though, always putting herself first. My stomach dropped. What the hell? I called Jake immediately. He answered on the second ring. Hey, Mom. Did you know about Ellie's engagement dinner? Silence. Then a sigh. I'm sorry, Mom, I wanted to tell you. But you didn't. Why? Ellie made me promise. She said you wouldn't come anyway. Why would she think that? I've never missed anything important in her life. Dad's been in her ear for years, Mom. Ever since the divorce. Telling her you left because you didn't care about family, that you were selfish. That's complete bullshit. He's the one who... I know, Mom, I know. But Ellie believes him. And lately she's been telling everyone these stories about how you neglected us. I felt like I'd been punched. Does Ryan think I'm some monster mother? He asked me once why you weren't around much. I tried to set him straight, but Ellie got mad. My phone buzzed with a text from my sister Carol. Need to talk. Call me. I gotta go, Jake. Thanks for being honest. I called Carol immediately. Willa, have you seen Ellie's dinner photos? Just did. Apparently, I'm the only one who wasn't invited. It's worse than that. Tom's been telling people you refused to come, that you said you were too busy for her engagement. That's a damn lie. I know, and there's more. At Christmas, remember when Ellie said she was spending it with Ryan's family? They were actually at Tom's house. Everyone was there. I didn't know you weren't invited until after. I felt sick. How long has this been going on? Since the divorce, at least. Tom hosts these family gatherings and conveniently forgets to invite you, then tells everyone you declined. Does Ryan even know I exist? Barely. Ellie told him you checked out after the divorce. Poor guy thinks you're practically a stranger. That's it, I said, my voice steady. I'm done being the villain in their story. What are you going to do? Everything Tom hates most. I'm going to expose the truth. Every single lie. It's about time, Maya said, grabbing her laptop. Let's collect receipts. For the first time in years, I felt something beyond hurt. I felt angry. And anger, unlike pain, was something I could use. No more hiding, no more taking it. This ends now. Over the next week, I dug through old emails and bank statements. Tom had a history of financial manipulation, borrowing money without returning it, hiding accounts, making large purchases without discussing them. Look at this, I said to Maya as we sat at my kitchen table surrounded by papers. Every month for 3 years, he transferred money from our joint account to a private one I didn't know about. Classic financial abuse, Maya said. And I bet Ellie has no idea. I called my cousin Beth and put her on speaker. Hey, Willa, what's up? I wanted to ask about something Ellie told you about me. Beth hesitated. Like what? Like that I abandoned her after the divorce? Oh, well, she did mention you weren't really there for her. That you were too busy dating to help with college applications. I hit record on my phone. Beth, I never dated anyone after the divorce, and I filled out every financial aid form for Ellie's college. That's not what Tom said at Christmas. He said you were too busy with your new life to care about your kids. And you believed him without asking me? Silence. Then, I guess I should have checked. I made similar calls to other relatives, recording each conversation where they admitted to hearing and believing lies about me. The hardest part was contacting Ryan. I found him on Facebook and sent a message asking to meet. To my surprise, he agreed. We met at a coffee shop downtown. Ryan was tall with kind eyes, but clearly uncomfortable. Thanks for meeting me. I know this is awkward. He shifted in his seat. Ellie doesn't know I'm here. What has she told you about me? That you and her dad divorced because you wanted to find yourself. That you weren't really involved afterward? And you never wondered why you never met me? He looked down. She said you weren't interested in her life. I showed him photos of Ellie's graduations, birthdays I'd hosted, texts where I'd tried to make plans only to be told she was busy. This doesn't match what she told me. Ryan, I've never stopped trying to be in Ellie's life. Tom has been poisoning her against me for years. His face showed genuine confusion. But Tom pays for everything. Her apartment, her car. He said you refused to help financially. I called my friend Diane that evening. She'd been my accountant since the divorce. I need records of every payment I've made for Ellie's education and expenses. Easy, Diane said. I've documented everything, including the college fund you set up that Tom tried to block you from contributing to. By Friday, I had a 3-inch binder filled with evidence. Financial records, text messages, emails, recorded conversations, and a timeline of events showing how Tom had systematically alienated Ellie from me while pretending to be the generous parent. Carol called with the perfect opportunity. Ellie's wedding shower is next Saturday at Aunt Linda's house. Let me guess, I'm not invited. Actually, Linda assumed you knew. Everyone will be there. Tom, Vanessa, all the relatives. I smiled for the first time in weeks. Perfect. Tell Linda I'll be bringing a special presentation for the bride-to-be. What are you planning, Willa? Justice. It's time everyone sees the truth. I arrived at Aunt Linda's house clutching my evidence binder and a USB drive. The chatter stopped when I walked in. Ellie's eyes widened in surprise, then narrowed. Mom, what are you doing here? I was invited. It's my daughter's wedding shower after all. Tom stepped forward, fake smile plastered on his face. Willa, we didn't think you'd want to come, given your busy schedule. Funny how my schedule is only busy when you're telling the story, Tom. I spotted Ryan in the corner, looking uncomfortable. Vanessa, Tom's new wife, was whispering to Aunt Linda. I noticed 2 of Tom's business partners were present, Greg and Martin from his investment firm. Since we're all here to celebrate Ellie, I've prepared a special presentation. Before anyone could object, I plugged my USB into Linda's TV. This is a story about family, truth, and financial fraud. The screen showed a timeline of events since the divorce. Every blue marker represents a time Ellie told someone I refused to attend a family event. Every red marker shows the truth. I was never invited. Tom stepped forward. This is ridiculous. No one wants to see your victim fantasy. Oh, I'm just getting started. Here are bank records showing Tom stole from our joint accounts before the divorce. Greg from Tom's firm leaned forward. Tom, what's this about? Next, let's talk about Ellie's college education. Tom has told everyone I refused to contribute. Here are the statements showing I paid half her tuition, while Tom took credit for payments coming from my account. Ellie's face flushed red. Dad? Is that true? Don't listen to her. Your mother's always been a liar? I cut in. Let's hear what others have to say. I played the recorded conversations with relatives admitting they'd heard fabricated stories about me. Ryan stood up. I've seen evidence that contradicts everything you've told me, Ellie. You said your mom abandoned you, but she has years of texts you ignored. She's manipulating you, Ellie shouted. Like you manipulated me? Your dad didn't pay for your apartment, your mom did. I saw the checks. Martin turned to Tom. We need to talk about these financial irregularities. If you've been misappropriating funds... The room erupted into chaos. Tom tried to leave, but Greg blocked his path. We're not done here. Ellie looked around desperately. None of you understand. She was never there for me. I was always there, I said quietly. You just couldn't see me through Tom's lies. Ryan removed his engagement ring. I can't marry someone who built our relationship on lies. I need time to think. 2 weeks later, Jake called to tell me the wedding was officially postponed indefinitely. Tom was facing an audit at work, and several relatives had reached out to apologize. Carol came over with a bottle of wine. You know, Ellie might come around eventually. Maybe. But I'm done waiting for people to decide I'm worthy of the truth. My phone buzzed with a text from Maya. Dinner tonight? Celebrating your freedom? For the first time in years, I felt light. Not because I'd won, but because I'd stopped accepting lies as my punishment for leaving a toxic marriage. I'd love that, I texted back. Some relationships couldn't be saved, but the ones worth having would be built on truth from now on. What would you have done in Willa's position? Would you have exposed all the lies publicly at the wedding shower, or handled it differently? And do you think Ellie deserves another chance after years of believing her father's lies without ever asking her mother for her side of the story? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story of long overdue justice, hit that like button to help others find it too. Subscribe for more compelling revenge stories where toxic people finally face consequences for their actions. Thanks for watching.